How's it going, guys? This is the second video that we have for this game. It's a pretty interesting game, I'll give it that. I'm looking forward to see what the end game of it looks like. A little bit in the early game, it seems kind of autoplay, but we have a pretty decent amount of information that we can share with you right now. We have determined that the initial weapon roll is unlimited. You can roll this weapon roll that they give you for free when you go through the tutorial as much as you want, and you're guaranteed to get an SSR unit every single time you roll. So you basically get to choose which SSR weapon you want from the game to start off. So I'm going to go through each class and offer you my top pick for each of them for you to go through. Now, that isn't to say the other ones aren't viable. They're all SSR options, so they're all pretty good, but I wanted to give you the number one option in each class.
Hey, listen.
So we'll go through the Knights first. The Knights definitely have a really strong option in the Courage Blade. The Courage Blade is probably the most universal weapon. I've seen late game tier lists that even have the Courage Blade as the best weapon in the game, including paid options, limited gachas, literally everything, and you can get it to start off. Very super strong. That's why a lot of people say that these Gladiators are some of the easiest free to play options in the game. You can just build up on universal statistics. You don't have to worry about all the different elemental types that hunters and wizards and things do. You can just basically load up on universal stats and run down the game's throat here. So the Courage sword is definitely what I recommend. That's the one that I went with. It looks pretty freaking cool on top of giving you amazing statistics. So for Knights, guys, I definitely recommend the Wahrheit shield, and that's a good thing because the Wahrheit series seems to be the ones that are dropped the most. So you don't have to roll as many times as I did for my Courage Blade. I think I rolled about 10 to 12 times for my Courage Blade, and over half of them were the Wahrheit shields or the Wahrheit options. So that is good for you as well. I will note that for all of these, there is a water gacha out there right now that increases your water damage. So if you wanted to prioritize your water elementals, and which only gives you a weakness to a single type in this game and would make you pretty strong against everything else, you can get synergy right off the bat in this game through the limited time gacha for the water armor. So that's a pretty decent option if that's what you're looking to do, is to go after these water blades, these water shields, things of that sort, to synergize with the gacha. But a lot of what I'm recommending here, such as this Wahrheit shield, are the universally approved options for advancing through the game. For you hunters out there, you're going to be looking for the Lindworm Fang. The Lindworm Fang, guys, this weapon gives you an insane amount of statistics. It has a very high firepower rate, and it seems to do fairly consistent damage across the board. You're not going to be limited to the element types, and it has a really good crit ratio to it too. So I think the Lindworm Fang is definitely the one I would recommend for you hunters out there. And for the gunners, it's the Thanatos Cannon. I know a lot of you are going to be really tempted by like the Florial Cannon and the Aqua Cannon because of how cool they look. But the Thanatos Cannon, despite it just looking like a stick, it seems to have the most bang for its buck. And that is what I definitely recommend to you guys when it comes to the gunner. Though I will stress, gunners, that you are more limited. You probably are going to have to throw some money at this game to roll some more, because your weapons are very, very limited by the weapon element that you have. And you definitely need to be stacking the correct weapons to the correct stages that you're on, more so than any other class, because that is your role within the team. The Thanatos Cannon is by far the most universally accepted. You can get through the largest share of the game using just that weapon. But for late game, be prepared. You may want to go, if you're after the water weapon, just because of the gacha out there and just because of the priority that weapon elements take for your class specifically. But I'll leave that up to you. I recommend the Thanatos Cannon, but if you see yourself playing this game long term, I can definitely understand you wanting to go after the Aqua. For you priests out there, you also are in luck. The Wahrheit book seems to be the most universally applicable book option for you, so you're good to go there. It's very easy to do, very low consumption rates, and it offers very valuable early game recovery. So in terms of weapon skills, the Wahrheit seems to offer the most universally applicable skill, which is basically what you're going for if you're going for the priest enhancer type. For the wizards, I don't know how to say your weapon type, to be completely honest with you. The Gambatamine Anyways, this is the one I recommend to you. It has a higher cooldown rate to it, but its AP consumption is very, very strong. And you have the ability to reduce cooldowns through your secondary skills. So even though its static abilities have a long cooldown, you have the ability every once in a while to reduce how long those cooldowns take. And it's offering you insane value in terms of the damage output. And so guys, those are the top options that I recommend to you per each class. You do have a lot of good decisions in front of you, but make sure that the decision that you do make here is the one that you're willing to stick with, because this game isn't exactly cheap when it comes to the monetization strategy. So that is why I am recommending to you guys the more universally applicable options, because they will allow you to do more. And you don't have to spend your wallet to try to get out of a situation you didn't mean to get in. Take care, guys.